Small Business Administrator Kelly Loeffler joins me. Good evening. And you are, in my opinion, the only lobbyist for small business in this country. It's like every big corporation in this country has got people all over Washington being paid billions of dollars to lobby Congress. But you're the only one who can stand up for small business. They've got so many problems. They've got tax and regulation. They've got inflation. They've got everything. So tell me, what can you do for small business, which was historically the backbone of our economy?
Well, Greta, great to be with you. What you're seeing in action is America First, and that starts with small businesses. It starts on Main Street, and there's no bigger fan of small business than President Trump. He's the one that says small business is big business. And I just came out of that White House meeting where $2 trillion in investment was committed, now for a total of roughly $8 trillion. And I was sitting by the CEO of Johnson & Johnson, who's put up $55 billion in additional manufacturing support. Much of that is going to go to their small business partners. And so small business is at the center of revitalizing our economic boom in this country. And to have manufacturing at the heart of it is critical. 99% of all manufacturers in America are small businesses. And that's why we're out on our Made in America roadshow, to make sure people understand the central importance of Made in America, a skilled workforce, the access to capital that we're providing, deregulation, and support for the extension and making permanent the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act.
Well, you know, I like success, and I don't blame Jeff Bezos and Amazon. He built a better mousetrap, but he has utterly destroyed the brick and mortar businesses in this country. I mean, nobody goes to the corner to buy a camera or to buy anything. I mean, even groceries are now delivered in many of our major cities. The small business community is being kneecapped, not intentionally, but certainly by the evolution of our economy.
Well, Greta, this next week here in Washington, we have National Small Business Week, and that is to celebrate and highlight the importance of small business. I was in New York last week at a small hardware store talking about that very issue, where customers would come in and say, well, maybe I can order it on Amazon. We have to make sure we are advocating, and I'm doing that every single day as I travel across this country. Shop at your small businesses. Patronize your small businesses. They are the backbone of our community. They create 2 out of every 3 new jobs. I'm certain they're responsible for most of our first jobs. They provide tremendous workforce training. And what I see, the innovation coming from small business, big companies, whether it's NVIDIA or Johnson & Johnson or GE Aerospace, they are dependent on small businesses. And so that is why we are focused on the Small Business Administration at funding small businesses, whether it's startups, which are growing rapidly under President Trump, all the way to manufacturing, which is also growing rapidly under President Trump. And these are all small businesses. So I'm out there advocating, listening, and most importantly, fighting to roll back onerous regulation that keeps them constrained from growing, hiring, and investing.
Well, as I started saying, you're the only lobbyist. Might not be the best word. I mean, you're the only voice for small business, because it's so overwhelming how much big corporations in this city are protected by the amount of money that they spread around the city. But even issues of the supply chain, which may be related to tariffs or whatever, I mean, it's hard to operate a small business if you can't get the supplies that you need, which are dependent on getting things, especially since we're now a global economy, from countries that we have large tariffs on. All these problems are contagious, and the ones who end up having to pay are the small businesses.
Well, President Trump's trade policy is going to help small businesses, and that's what I hear as I travel across the country, whether I'm on a manufacturing floor or walking into a small retail shop. They want to know that they're going to have a certain supply chain, that it's not going to be driven up by inflation and dependency on broken supply chains that we now have, whether it's pharmaceuticals or products that small businesses rely on. They also want to know that they have a president that understands and is fighting for them. President Trump is a businessman. That's why he's gotten more done than any other president in his first 100 days. And all of his policies are aimed at strengthening American businesses, 99% of which are small businesses. And so I am going to fight tirelessly alongside the president for small business each and every day, because the future of our economy depends on their health.